everyone, my name is Bec. Thank you for clicking on this video because today we're going to dig in and discover how do people see you, what do people think of you, and how do people really perceive you to be like, okay? So this can be your friends, your family, anyone really. Anyone, what do people think of you? So go ahead, we have 3 piles over here. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Go ahead and meditate, clear out your mind, and figure out which pile you feel most connected to, which pile is like really calling out your name that you feel really attracted to. Perhaps take a breath in and out. Go ahead and select the pile that you feel most connected to. I will leave down the timestamps below, down in the description box, and perhaps even in the comment section. Yeah, so let's get started. Hi group 1, for those who have picked this crystal citrine, yeah, then this reading is for you. Okay, so what we'll be doing is that I have already shuffled 3 oracle cards over here. I have not looked at them yet, so we'll take a look at them later together. Afterwards, the oracle cards will just be giving like a general theme of the reading. Then I'll proceed and shuffle the tarot readings, yeah, the tarot cards. So first, you got the full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Followed by new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. And the full moon in eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Okay, so right away, I can see that many people perceive you to be really ambitious and you're really goal-driven. Just like a Taurus, you're really stubborn, and perhaps you even would aim for even greater and even better things, you know. And you always need to be chasing something, you know, like that is your desire. You're not those type of people, okay, this is how people perceive you to be like. You're not those type of people who just slack, you know, and like those potato couch, or perhaps once in a while, but you know that you deserved it because you've worked really hard over the weekends and stuff like that. You work really hard to attain whatever you have in the current moment. This is how people perceive you to be like. By the way, I forgot to mention that however people perceive you to be like isn't who you really are. So if later on in the reading there's something that you disagree with, or perhaps you think that it doesn't resonate with you or what's so not, or perhaps you feel like the reading doesn't really portray you as a person, don't be offended, don't like disregard it, because this reading is basically how others perceive you to be like. This can be your acquaintance or even your friends or your family. Okay, so yeah, people, let's continue to the reading. Sorry, I got interrupted. So anyway, let's continue to the reading. So people perceive you to be someone who's really goal-driven, ambitious, right? That's the words that I've mentioned. Perhaps you even have very prominent traits in Capricorn, that's what I'm seeing, and even Sagittarius or Taurus. Yeah, that's what I see. Yeah, you aim really high, like your goals and everything, you aim really high, and you stick to it, you know. You stick to the goals that you have set for yourself since the very start. You're committed, you're goal-driven, yeah. This is how people perceive you to be like. And let's set this aside, and I'll go ahead and shuffle the tarot cards to get more insight on how people perceive you to be like. Actually, right ahead, immediately I got 3 cards for you. So we got the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So from these cards, right, okay, I can see that people would see that you're really someone who has their emotions like is really mature. I can see, this is what I see. People think that you're really mature, even though you could be breaking down, you could be at a very at a very at a very sad point of your life, like you won't be feeling well and stuff like that. Perhaps something terrible has happened to you and stuff like that, but you wouldn't be wearing your heart on your sleeve. You get what I mean? At least not to people on the surface. I'm saying, okay, this is only for a minority of you guys, like this is really specific, but perhaps you wouldn't even be opening up your heart to people who are even close to you. Like this could be your family or even your close friends, yeah. But I'm saying that most of you and all of you actually do not easily open up to other people, not because you don't trust others, but because you're so emotionally abundant. That's what I see. Like you don't just present yourself as a weakling. That's what I see. Like you don't want others to perceive you as someone who's like emotional and moody. That's not who you are. And people always see that you're on like a celebratory mode. You always have things to celebrate because you're so goal driven and ambitious. But not only that, but you always seem to be able to attain whatever you set your mind to, and you always do. That's what I see. And yeah, and there's a minority of people in your life who dislike you. This is perhaps not that shocking, but I'm not sure. Perhaps you have betrayed someone in the past. This is really specific as well. You perhaps could have like cheated on your previous lover or even backstabbed people who really trusted you. This could be like your friends and stuff like that. I'm getting a big like Sagittarius here. I'm not trying to call anyone out, but I'm seeing people who have really prominent Sagittarius traits did betray people in the past. Okay, that's what I see. That's what I'm getting. But okay, with the Nine of Wands and the King of Cups, it's just a confirmation that you do have this wall that you have built up over the years. You have accumulated all this emotional abundance, all this experience and stuff like that. So you don't usually share your like when you're being upset, when you're angry, when you're jealous, you don't easily share with other people, be it you trust them or not. That's just who you are. And let's shuffle 3 more cards from tarot deck for group 1. Okay, 1 card fell on the floor. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Let's take another. Again, the Nine of Wands. So that's just a confirmation that you do have an invisible wall that you have it's like been accumulating over the years, right? So perhaps those that I've said that have betrayed people in the past, you weren't really proud of it, and it's perhaps because of the goals that you have in mind, or even like your ego. But I'm not okay. Ego is perhaps only for a very specific few, but oops, sorry. But what I'm saying is that you have moved on from it. That was the past. That was quite long ago, and you aren't really proud of it. Perhaps you betrayed those people to attain what you really desire, and at the midst of the moment, you weren't thinking so much. You just like take what they have and to get what you want, stuff like this. That's exactly what I'm getting. And you have moved on from it. You've become much more much more mature. You've learned from it, definitely. That's why I see from the Death card and the High Priestess, you're no longer grieving over the past. In fact, you have never really grieved from the past. Like you acknowledge that you were at fault, okay, and then you move on from it. It's just a new phase, a new chapter. And I see that a lot of the friends you have in life in the past are different, but yeah, so people feel that you're someone who definitely has this wall up against others. People could feel like you're mysterious, but not that mysterious like a Scorpio. Okay, not like Scorpio's energy. It's more like Sagittarius energy. Like you don't easily open up your sleeve because you just don't find a need to. That's what I see. Yeah, with the Knight of Swords, you're really ambitious with the things you're doing, because the Knight is the fastest knight in the suit of the tarot. Yeah, and anything you want, you will just achieve it. You'll just attain it like a speed of light, like just like that. Okay, did I even click it? Okay, whatever. but you get my point. You will attain whatever you want, be it you have to cut off ties with other people or not because you feel that it is beneficial to you. This is how people view you. Like, it's not in a way that you are you have no feelings, like you don't care about other people, but it's not to the extent, but people feel that you have the capabilities to do so. That's what I see. Yeah. And perhaps I shall shuffle 3 more cards. Okay, 3 more tarot cards to see confirmation, to get more detail, because this reading is a little short. Yeah, so I wasn't expecting this reading to be so short. So let's just draw 3 more cards to get more information actually. So we have the King of Pentacles. How do people perceive you to be like? Oh, we have the Devil. Okay. Last card, a good one. Okay, immediately while I'm shuffling, I'm getting a feeling like people don't see you being emotionally like bounded or anything. Like you could even be quite, you don't treat people in, like, you're not biased to anyone. You even treat your family members like this. Like, you don't open up your sleeve to them. Like, this could be how your family members portray you to be. You have the Hermit. Okay, so we have the Hermit, you have the King of Pentacles followed by the Devil. Everything is upright. So what I can see is that, like, honestly, this isn't who you really are. It's because of something that has happened to you, and you've changed, you've transformed. This is where I see from the snake. You found like yourself, like a true self that you feel comfortable with, and you've grown from it, right? And yeah, and you changed, and that's why the persona that you're portraying to others is that you are really ambitious. You're not afraid to cut off ties. You're not afraid to cut off bad habits even. That's what I'm seeing. And you kind of built up a wall. Not saying that you wouldn't, like, you have no emotions or anything, but what I'm getting is that people feel like you don't have emotions. Like, you don't feel like you are emotionally bounded to anyone. You have no emotional attachment to anyone, not even your family, not even like close friends that you claim to be close friends with, like even best friends. They don't feel like they actually know you on a deep level, and some people are still quite hurt from what you did to them in the past, but this could be because they are quite emotional. That's what I see. And you're a little bit stubborn, but it's not that you don't care. You have moved on from it. You have acknowledged that you were not in the right. You weren't exactly a good person, and you acknowledged it, and you moved on from it. Like, I won't say, okay, you're quite open-minded to anything, and you would listen to people. That's what I'm saying. You will listen to people, and you will kind of like understand, like deep inside you would try to understand their point of view. But if what they say does not make sense, does not align to what you think is true, then you would just brush it off. But like if what they say kind of makes sense and it kind of strikes you, then you would change, you would kind of cater. And this is where I'm seeing the High Priestess. Like, you aren't exactly, I'm not getting psychic or any like spiritual feeling from you, but I'm not trying to say that you aren't spiritual, but just the majority of you, the energy that I'm getting is that you don't particularly am interested in like meditation or anything. That's the majority of you. Some of you could be like interested in this, but you're open-minded, you are intelligent in this aspect of your life. You're willing to change, and because some people aren't willing to change, but you're not afraid to admit that you are wrong. You have no certain level of egoistic. There's no like prominent Leo energy that I'm saying. Even if you're a Leo, you're quite stubborn, like, of course, with this reading that I'm seeing, but you're really ambitious, you're really high driven, you're really goal oriented. That's what I'm seeing. And people are really, really perceive you to be like financially or even like skillfully abundant. Like you know exactly what you are doing. Okay, you know exactly what you are doing, like you're skilled in whatever you are doing and you're really good at it. This could be that you're a student but you score excellent results and people actually view that, yeah, this person scores excellent results, group 1 scores excellent results. That's what I'm saying. And but the devil, they feel like they shouldn't like fuck with you. That's what I'm saying, because you're in a way kind of mysterious. Not that, again, not like the Sagittarius type of mysterious, right? But more of like they know you because they always see like you're celebrating, always partying in a way, like you're always like really vocal about whatever you have achieved, but they know that to a certain extent they shouldn't fuck with you. That's what I'm saying, because perhaps you have built like this reputation of not being afraid to fuck people up to attain whatever you get, or like people have betrayed you in the past, you're not afraid to fuck them up. That's what I'm saying. And I have not mentioned this, but at the bottom of the deck we have the 7 of Swords. It's just a confirmation. Okay, we have 2 7 of Swords over here, and we have 2 9 of Wands, sorry, in this reading. So it's like just a confirmation that you built a wall, and that's why people perceive you to be like they shouldn't fuck with you, those type of energy, because you're kind of mysterious. They know you but not exactly like know you in depth, not know you like personally, even like to your family, or even in with like your close friends. That's what I'm saying. Like you know how to separate those emotional boundaries, and whenever you're upset you would retreat, you will like self-isolate yourself, and you aren't like, you don't mind doing it because you know that it's beneficial to you. You don't like suddenly like vent and rage and like rant to others. No, you just like retreat and do whatever you think, like kind of like I won't say meditate, but more of like have like this self-acceptance moment of like you will just see it, or like do whatever that makes you comfortable and actually think and process whatever has happened, like whether you were right or they were right or anything. Like you have to isolate yourself, you have to withdraw yourself from others, because you don't like to have other people's opinions on you when you're at all-time low. That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm getting as well. So yeah, for group 1, I really hope this resonates with you. If it did, please leave down a comment below to let me know, because it will mean so much to me to know that it actually resonates with someone. So do like and subscribe, because it will mean so much to me as well. I would really appreciate it. So yeah, thanks for watching the video to the end. So once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hi group 1, so if you picked this crystal amethyst, this reading is for you. So first I will tell you that I have to tell you that because this reading is about how people perceive you to be, how do people see you, what do people think of you, it's not exactly who you are as a person. So if you don't resonate with it, or you don't feel that the reading actually portrays you as a person, or portrays who you are as a person, right, it's perfectly fine, because this is just how people think of you. So don't just brush it off that easily. Yeah, so first we have these 3 oracle cards. I have not seen it yet. I want to see it together with you. So first we'll flip through, and it will be like a general theme for the reading for you. Yeah, group 2. So first we have the gibbous moon. Oh my god, I really hope I pronounced it correctly. So you're very close to achieving a goal. Okay, second we have full moon in Taurus. Wow, your dream needs a practical plan. Followed by full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches solution. Wow, okay, so immediately I can see that you're always in your head space, group 2. You're a dreamer type. That's what I see, or at least what people consider you to be. How I feel people would perceive you to be like, or how do people see you, is that you always have a lot of like projects to start with. You have excellent ideas, that's what I'm saying, but you're not committed to them most of the time, and you've never you've never really managed to finish a project that you set your time to in the first place. It's always that you put in a lot of time, you've invested a lot of time for like the first few months or first few weeks, and then you brush it off. It's not that you give up easily, but it's because it no longer ignites you. That's what I see. But this is how people perceive you to be like, that you're a dreamer. That even when you're really close to achieving a goal or anything, you would just give up. Not really give up, but just walk away and find something else that's much more interesting. You're always in your head space. That's really prominent. That's a prominent message that I'm getting. And perhaps whenever you walk into you stumble upon some issue, like some social issue we have with people, you don't really want to go head on and to resolve it immediately. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is how people perceive you to be like. You're always retreating, you're always you're not committed. That's the message I'm getting. So I'll just put this aside and draw the tarot cards for more information. Yeah, okay, so how do people perceive group 2? Immediately I got the Hangman. Okay, another 2 more cards please. How do people perceive group 2 to be like? Okay, we got a 6 of Cups. Wow. How do people, why is it not focusing? Okay, how do people perceive group 2 to be like? By the way, this could be like your friends, your family, even like people who are close to you, your acquaintances, you know. Yeah, so we got the King of Swords. Wow, interesting. Okay, and we got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, that explains why. You see how this fella, okay, this man, he has a sword. Despite having a sword, he still wants to walk. It makes no sense, but but what I'm saying is that with the 6 of Cups, you're really emotional, you're really sensitive to people, or perhaps even to animals. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're really loyal to people as well. Okay, because dogs like represents loyalty to me, to many as well perhaps. But okay, let's just continue with reading. And yeah, and what I'm saying is that people perceive you to be like, even though despite you being passionate in things, but your process is really slow. Okay, and I'm getting that most of the time people they find it ridiculous. It's like ridiculously slow, but you're really nice. That's why they love you. You get what I mean? And you're always in your head space. That's a confirmation from the Hanged Man. And perhaps, okay, some people feel that you always would the message I'm getting is that you will self-victimize yourself. You'll feel really bad about yourself, even though despite in reality you're not really suffering that much, you know. Sorry, I got interrupted. Quarantine, like even in Pal 1 I got interrupted like a few times. Anyway, so it's a confirmation from the Hanged Man that you're always in your head space, definitely like a dreamer type. And the message that I got just now was that some people would find that you're always self-victimizing yourself, you know, despite in reality that you're not really suffering that much. Like, you would always, I'm not saying like blame people, because you're really nice to people and all that. You will blame like traits that you have or qualities that you have for like not achieving the stuff. So for example, like something that you set your mind to could be talk to your ex. Talk to a crush. Then when you've already like arranged a meeting with him, then you would freak out. You'll be like, oh my god, like because I would blush easily, then he wouldn't like me, he wouldn't talk to me, those type of thing. That's what I see. But it's really strange because I got the King of Swords. The King of Swords usually means someone who's really emotionally mature and knows when to cut off ties and stuff like this, to me at least. But what I'm saying is that some people will feel that like you're really intelligent, you're really caring, you're really intelligent, but you're using these traits that you have, like self-sabotaging yourself, self-blaming yourself, like self-victimizing, and with accompanied with like this slow traits that you have, like you're passionate in it but you're not really moving, you know, and like halfway through you give up. You give up quite easily. Or that's, yeah, that's what I see. And you get distracted easily. That's what I see from the King of Swords, surprisingly. Despite you being really intelligent, you're always looking for something more fun, more exciting. So long as it no longer ignites you, no longer sparks an interest in you, then you just like give up. Or that the journey is dwelling, the journey is exhausting, then you will just find the other way, or perhaps you will just walk back to where you first started off because it's exhausting. You get what I mean? Like when you're already halfway through the journey. So let's shuffle 3 more cards for more details. Yeah. For group 2, amethyst, how do people see you? Yes, we got the 6 of Cups again, and now we got the Ace of Swords. One more card for group 1. We got Justice. Oh, okay, so we got Justice, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Devil. So yes, definitely self-victimizing, self-blaming yourself. This is how people feel you to be. Like you whine a lot. Somehow that's the message that I got. Like you whine a lot, you complain a lot about your life, about this, about that, when it's easily changeable, when it's easily attainable, when you're already halfway through, then you start to find excuses, you start to like complain about this, about that, and then you blame it on that particular thing that's like not making you achieve the goal that you had in mind. That's what I see. And a lot of like some people are really enough of like you, despite you being really kind, really generous. That's what I see. Really loyal to your friends, really loyal, like really family oriented as well. That's what I see. But you have to cut off your bad habits, right? You have to find what really ignites you, what you really want in life, and not just constantly study people and then follow what they follow. Like this could be specific, like this is quite specific, but that's why I see like some of you don't know what you want in life, and you're just following the crowd, and then halfway through you realize that, oh, that's not what I want, and then you go back to where you first started, when you've already put in like when you've already invested so much of your time into it and stuff like that. So people see that you should cut off these traits that you have, these bad trait that you have. It's not that, perhaps it's not that in your life there's like a lot of toxic people or anything. Like the energy that I'm getting is that you're surrounded with people who really likes you, who really likes who you are, but it's because of this toxic trait that you have that you will kind of push them away, you know. And yeah, don't be like envious of others, don't like study people, like really like just think about what you really want in life and not what others want in life, or what others expects you to do in life, you know. And halfway through the journey you realize that, oh, you actually don't want that. And it's a repeating pattern. That's what I see. That's why the Devil came up. And you should really find the balance, like not you should find a balance, but I feel like people feel like you should find a balance, you know. You should cut off these toxic traits that you have of like blaming like a particular situation or a particular thing that you have, or whatever, an external factor, an internal factor, whatever, and actually be realistic with yourself that, you know, actually you are in the wrong, because whatever the thing is sabotaging is you, not anyone else, you know. Let's shuffle 3 more cards. to get more insight. Okay, the first card I see is, well, the Knight of Swords in reverse. Wow, okay, so somehow when that card popped up, I see that you're really not independent, you're really dependent on people. The majority of you could be female, or could possess really feminine traits. That's what I see. And you're always expecting someone to depend on, someone to do something for you, and then we followed by the Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay, wait, let me just draw one more card and I'll get into the reading. Okay, wow, so we got two Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we got two Knight of Pentacles, and surprisingly the third one is all like archetype cards in the tarot, and followed by the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I'll just put it over here. Okay, so what I'm saying is that with the Knights of Cups, you know what you're doing. You're not like being blinded or being delusional with the fact that, oh, you know you're perfect, like whatever this thing is, like you know you're in the wrong, but you know you are in the wrong, but why are you refusing to change it? With the wise turtle or tortoise here, yeah, with the wise turtle here. Okay. Wait, sorry, this is the Page of Cups, by the way. Is that you know you're in the wrong, you realize it, okay, but you're not I wouldn't say accepting it, but you're not doing an action. You know, like among all these cards, I don't see wands. You're not doing a particular action towards it. Wands represents like actions to me. At least that's the vibe that I get. And with two Knights of Pentacles, it's just a confirmation that you're always like, you're really slow, you know, in deciding what you want. Or perhaps, oh, I just got this message. You're really slow in deciding anything, even like ordering food. Okay, this could be food. This could be really specific, but that's the idea that I get. Like perhaps like you don't even know, you're really indecisive. That's the whole vibe that I get. You're indecisive, you don't know what you want in life, even though the stuff that you put in so much attention to, so much hard work in, is just halfway through, right? You just give it up because you find something much more interesting, because the majority is following it. That's what I'm saying. And people are sick and tired of it, at least for now. Or at least they're not really showing it, and they really wish that you can cut off these toxicity traits. And perhaps you acknowledge it because they've been telling you about this, and you realize it, but why? And sorry, this is the Page of Swords, yeah, and you want, in a way, are you like, okay, some of you could be, just now I was mentioning feminine traits or feminine energy, right? Okay, this could be that it's not that most of you are female. Sorry, I'll just take that back if I've said that. But it's that you're really in your head space, and you always want to depend on people. You think that someone would be the leader. Like the vibe that I'm getting from people is that despite you being a really loyal friend, a really giving person, you should take up more leadership role. That's what I'm saying. And with the Five of Swords, it's like a confirmation of the Page of Swords. That's like, you know, like people could be surprising you and stuff like that, and you'll still be nice to them. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Why are you like this? You know, people can like walk away from you and you'll still be nice to them. You'll be like this person, you know, you just like give in to everyone, and that's not a good thing. And I guess you kind of know it, you know, like, I'm not saying you know your worth, but if you know your worth, you wouldn't be doing this. You get what I mean? Like, you're not really doing any particular action. Like, you know it's happening, you know this thing is existing, these traits that you're possessing is not good, but you're not doing anything particular to change it. Right, so that's how people perceive you to be, like group 2. I really hope that it resonates with you. If it did, please leave down a comment below, because it will mean so much to me to know that it actually resonates with someone. Okay, you know what? I actually got like Cancer vibe. So it could be Cancer, or that Cancer is really prominent in your chart. Or even Pisces, that's what I'm seeing. Like really daydreamy vibe. Yeah, don't like, you're those type of people who gets bullied easily. But anyway, so yeah, that's all I have for you. So do like and subscribe, because it will mean so much to me to know that you guys actually support my contents. Yeah, so yeah, I really appreciate it that you guys stick to the end. It really means a lot to me. Once again, thank you so much. Goodbye. Hi group 3. So if you've picked this crystal, then this reading is for you. So I'll just set this aside so you can take a look at it whenever you want. Yeah, so how we're gonna start first is with these 3 oracle cards. I've shuffled it, but I have not yet see it, so I want to see it together with you. But before we get to the reading, I want to tell you that because this tarot reading is about how people perceive you to be like, how do people see you and all that, right? It does not necessarily mean who you are as a person. So if you don't resonate with it, or you don't feel that the reading resonates with you or portrays you as a person or your personality to be like, don't just disregard it like that, because it's who people perceive you to be like, not who you actually are. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And how people perceive you is obviously not who you are. So that's the last time I'm going to say it. Yeah, so first, the oracle card you got is the waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams, followed by new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. Cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. Wow. Okay, a really different energy that I'm getting. So immediately I can see that how people perceive you to be like is that you're someone who's really insecure. You could perhaps even be like an introvert, you know, immediately. But you have small dreams and small goals in life that you really want to pursue. But you don't really have the courage to, because you're scared of this, you're scared of that, you have a lot of fears. What I want to tell you is that in order to transform to be a better individual of us, in order to learn new things, right? Be it this could be like venturing into a new business, setting up your own business, working in a new department, or even like a new lifestyle, like healthier lifestyle, exercising and stuff like that. Don't be insecure of it, because if we don't walk out of our comfort zone, if we don't get out of our comfort zone, we will never change. We will just stick to, or like stay back to like who we are, you know. And don't be afraid to make mistakes, because because mistakes, we only grow from mistakes, right? We don't grow from like compliments and stuff like that. That will just fit to our ego. So yes, immediately I see that perhaps like some of you even have a crush on someone, and your classmates or even like your close friends or like people around you know about it, and they feel like, you know, you should really make a first move. But definitely I can see that people perceive you to be someone who's really shy, or even like introverted, and have a lot of things they're insecure of. This could not just mean like your looks, or this could even apply to like the way you speak, the way you behave and stuff like this. So yeah, just let's just put this aside, and I'm going to draw the tarot cards to get more detail about how people perceive you to be like, group 3. So the 3 oracle cards is to get like the general theme. I think I forgot to mention it. Yeah, so that's a general theme, like people perceive you to be somewhat shy, but it's not like you're a bad person. That's what I see. Like in pile 1, it's a different energy. So first we have 10 of Swords. Okay, how people perceive group 3 to be like, how do people see group 3 to be like? Please give me 2 more cards. Okay, 2 more cards. I got the World. And the Ten of Wands. Wow, okay. And then we got a Two of Wands. Definitely. Oh my god. I love this energy. So definitely something has changed. Like there's a new cycle that's coming, or you're currently experiencing a new lifestyle. Like perhaps you have just moved to a new house, perhaps you have just moved to a new country, you know. Perhaps you have ended off a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, and walk out from it. Stuff like that. And you're afraid to venture into the world. You're afraid of what if. There's a lot of what if questions. That's why you have two wands over here. You have a globe here. You have the potential. But you're just looking outside and thinking, what if I'm scared and stuff like that. Don't be. But this is how people perceive you to be like, right? So people perceive you to be someone who's really, really, no, I won't say brave or anything, but like even though you may feel that you're not courageous, but people feel like you're courageous because you have just ended a cycle. You have walked through something, and it's not like an emotional thing, but it's just a new phase, and people can tell, you know. And you're definitely happy. You don't know what is to come, but you know what to expect to come to you, right? But people can see that in a way you are happy about it. That's what I can see. But you are afraid. Even though you have the potential, not may have, you have the potential because you're courageous. You know, you have end off this cycle, you have end off toxicity traits, anything like that, alcoholism, drug addiction, toxic relationship, anything like that. You have the potential, but you're afraid because you're always constantly thinking of what if. That's what I see. So let's get to the next tarot cards. I'll be shuffling 3 more cards to get more information about how people perceive you to be like. This is a really beautiful energy, like really different from the rest. So we got Temperance. Okay. Followed by this. The Eight of Wands. If I'm not, oh, okay, and the Queen of Wands. Right. Sorry, the Seven of Wands, right? Okay, and the bottom of the deck we have the Eight of Swords. Can you see? I have to readjust. Okay, so we've got a Temperance, Seven of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Sorry. So what I can see is that you are balancing things. You are balancing like between your spirituality and like your practical self. You're trying to like love yourself again. That's what I'm seeing somehow. Like this could be really specific, but maybe something that you're venturing into, there will be people who may be against it, or even perhaps it's just your inner voice. That's what I see. It's like you doubting yourself, but you have to stand firm to your ground. People see you as a really nurturing person, like someone who has the potential, who has the capabilities, but the message that I'm getting is that you don't say no easily, but you've been learning. You know, you've gone through something and you've been learning, and you're a really nurturing person, really, really feminine energy that I'm getting here. If you are male, it's just that energies don't have agenda. It's just that you're really nurturing, you're really so but what I see is that despite people view you as someone who has full of potential, you perhaps even have like a clear idea about what you want to attain after this whole end of a cycle, end of a phase, but you are afraid. You still have your fears, you know. You're still being tied up or being bound up by your fears, but do note that the silk or the rope that is being tied, that this lady is being tied with, is kind of loose. Okay, so just take steps, like little steps to improve on yourself. Don't get disheartened, you know. Don't expect big changes overnight. That's what I see. So I'll just draw 3 more cards to get more information. But you're definitely someone god, 3 cards came. Oh no, too many cards. Okay, I need 3 more cards for more information to know how do people perceive group 3 to be like, please. But yeah, you're so nurturing to people, like you've been through a lot, but not like, okay, you're no longer grieving on it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say it's not like an emotional phase, but you've like cut off your ties with it. You've like done all the necessary things to grieve. Like you've cried, you've bawled your eyes out. That's what I see. Okay, how do people perceive group 3 to be like? I'm getting more information on how people perceive you to be like with this deck already. Just need 1 more card. Like, okay, because this is taking so long to get right, I feel that some people have not been really truthful to you about how they feel you because of maybe the things that you have just recently gone through. They don't want to hurt you, but definitely I can feel like they weren't being truthful. But it's not like a bad thing. Like they're really considering, like you've been surrounding yourself with really considerate people. Like they consider how you will feel and all that before even opening their mouth, you know. I don't feel like they would really like particularly talk shit about you, but I may be wrong. So okay. Okay, so you got the 10 of cups. You got 3 tens. So it's a confirmation. Okay, it's a triple confirmation that you've recently just end of something, a cycle, and followed by the 7 of cups. Sorry. And 2 of wands. You got 2 of wands. Two of wands actually. So it's like you've been picking out, okay, but you've been like people feel that you've been like fears have been holding you back. That's what I see. But you have the potential to attain anything that you set your heart to. And remember when I mentioned that, oh, and the bottom of the deck we have the Lovers, by the way, and it's the Lovers in reverse. But anyway, so what I see is that some of you could have just ended off like a toxic relationship or anything like that, but you're a really family oriented person, despite this being the 10 of cups in like reverse. But yeah, you're a really family oriented person. You're really good with people, like you have like a good social life and stuff like this. If I'm wrong, then whatever, but people really like you. That's what I see. Like you're really good with people. Yeah, a really nurturing individual. That's what I see. But people also feel that sometimes you can get too overwhelmed by things, like by options or anything, like because you're so good with like people, like your social group, maybe there may be a lot of people in your social group and you don't know when to like separate your time and all that, and sometimes you may even sacrifice one thing for another person. And this could be like for those who resonates with the toxic relationship part, like you've perhaps like ended off friendships to be with the person. Yeah, and but that was the past, okay? And they don't like let's say you ask someone like, oh, when I was with X and who, whatever, or when I was doing this and that, before you walked away from that situation, before you moved on, right? Like was I a dick to you guys? And perhaps they feel like you were a dick, but it's not that extreme, right? It's not like this man's a dick. This man's just in his head, like there's too many options, he don't know which to pick. And they feel like you don't know how to prioritize. Oh my god, what am I saying? They feel like you don't know how to prioritize your options. And a lot of them feel like your friends, that's what I'm getting, or even perhaps your family, they feel like they are of no significance to you in the past. That's what I see. But they know that you've been juggling with it, you've been struggling with that, so they don't tell you. So when you ask like, was I a dick to you guys when I was doing this, when I was doing that before I moved on and whatever, then they would say, no, you were not, they were lying. They are just considering your feelings because you've gone through quite a bit. And they feel like you're currently really afraid to do whatever, to venture into whatever you want, okay? And some of you could perhaps even this be like a crush, but you're afraid, even though this is the judgment card. Oh my god, am I saying this is lovers, but there's the judgment here, right? So what I'm getting from this is that they feel like before getting involved in a new relationship or whatever, or like but like you should learn to love yourself. You should not prioritize others before you, or before others, or whatever. They feel like you should in a way consider how you really feel, because did I mention that I have a feeling that you won't say no, like you have a difficulties on saying no to people, like you're afraid that it may hurt their feelings or whatever. But I feel like some of them know that that's something that you're really bad at saying no. They feel like you should say no when you feel like it. So perhaps an example is you're having a bad day, right? And a group of friends ask you to go drink. You don't know how to say no. So you say sure, but you're not really in the right mood to be there. Stuff like that. And I say like you make empty promises. This could be really specific, like empty promises, or over promise people because you just don't know how to say no. That's what I'm getting. It's not like people are fed up with you, because it's kind of expected, right? But you're such a good friend. That's what I see. Like you're just good to everyone. There's like this really nurturing vibe that I'm getting. But I feel like they know and they want you to know that you should stand firm to whatever you believe in. So let's say you're having a conversation with a group of friends, and they have differing opinions than yours. You wouldn't stand firm to your ground and tell them like what you really think. You would just accept whatever they say, and perhaps some of them would even like throw off snarky comments to you, like, oh, you believe that, ha ha ha, whatever. And you would just kind of like in a way change how you would feel to others, to like cater to others. That's what I see. But you shouldn't be. And maybe that's why you have so many friends, and maybe that's why you're trying to move on from that, to get rid of the toxic people that are not doing you good, like any good, that's not benefiting you in any way, because they're just friends with you because you're too agreeable. That's what I see. Yeah, and definitely you should pick up some like Scorpio energy, but there's potential in you there's definitely potential in you now to move on to like do whatever you want, despite people saying like whatever, like they disagree with you or whatever. And then you start to self-doubt yourself and stuff like this. People can see, people feel like you should really stand firm to your own beliefs. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So and before even like, yeah, again, you should really learn to love yourself. Like perhaps this whole journey is to learn to love yourself more, but learn how to say no. The message of learning how to say no is really prominent over here as well. That's what I'm getting. So I really hope this resonates with you, group 3. If it did, do leave down a comment down below, because it will mean so much to me to know that it actually resonates with someone. And do like and subscribe for more future contents like this. And thank you so much for sticking to the end. Yeah, it means so much to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.